Sabres Senators game 2 of round 2 in 2006 is our Sabres Classic on MSG tonight at 8 with Marty Biron. I'm Brian Duff. And Marty, Buffalo had scored 14 goals in its previous 2 games, end of round 1, start of round 2. This game 2 against the Sens certainly presented quite a reality check for your group in more ways than one. Under siege, big injuries. What was it like?
Well, first of all, we started the game thinking we're getting Jochen Hess back. So it's like, hey, we're getting a body back. So, you're feeling a lot better about your situation, even though, as you pointed out, we had scored 14 goals in the previous 2 games. But I think that was kind of a smoking mirror right there, is that we needed a reality check. And unfortunately, we got it with the Tim Connolly injury. And now we needed to come back to playing a team game. We weren't going to score 7, 8, 9 goals every game. It wasn't going to be, hey, let's give the lead away 5 times just to get it back and then win it in OT. That was not the way we were going to win. And that happened many times in the regular season, where Lindy kind of let the leashes go about as far as he could let it go and tested the team, and then he pulled it back. Well, the reality check in game 2 was we didn't play well defensively, but we had Ryan Miller to backstop this team to a big win. And then after that, okay, we can get back to playing our game. We played with fire, but did not get burned. And I think that was the message after game 2, definitely.
Well, Jochen came back, had an immediate impact, and you lost Dmitry Kalinin in this game for the rest of the playoffs as well with a broken foot. So that leads us into line changes here, heading into game 2. I start the shift, Marty finishes, and the first line change. If Tim Connolly stays healthy in 2006,
it's easy to answer this. We at least go to the Stanley Cup Finals and probably win the cup. Lindy Ruff has always said, yes, we lost a lot of defensemen, and we battled back, and the guys that came in definitely played a big part. It gave everything they had. But Tim Connolly added such an element to our game, our team game. He killed penalties. He played big shifts. He took big faceoffs. Scored big goals. So to me, if Tim Connolly is healthy, I think we definitely make it to the finals and probably even win the cup.
The Sabres were outshot 32-8 over the final 2 periods
of game 2. Yeah, see, that's how I finished. That was a tap-in of game 2. Yeah, this was one of those where you get up 2-0, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, let's focus on playing defensively. But that wasn't our game. Our game was to create some transition, create some speed. So now we get outshot that much in the final 2 periods of game 2. This is just not the way we needed to play the game. It's like when you play street hockey and you're hanging by the other team's net and you say, that's all right, my goalie's got it. Well, I think there was a lot of, that's all right, Millsy's got it. So we needed to readjust.
Yes, and Ryan Miller was the game's #1 star. Yeah. The feelings after this win were?
Cautiously optimistic in the way that we know that winning 2 games on the road to start the series is extremely difficult and puts you in such a great place. Everybody's the cliche, get back home ice advantage, split on the road. Those are all things that were thrown out there, but now you win the 2 games. But it really wasn't the way we wanted them to win. 7-6 and having your goalie steal your game is not the way we won games against the Philadelphia Flyers. We won games against the Flyers because we outchanced them, outplayed them, right. And ultimately won in 6. That wasn't the case against Ottawa. I think it was cautiously optimistic in the sense that we needed to make some adjustment. But, hey, we were up 2-0 and coming back home.
Well, my recollection of this game is that it was the finest performance I ever witnessed Ryan Miller turn in. I guess, like you, we will see tonight just how good Miller was in Game 2 of 2006, Round 2 against the Sens. It's our Sabres Classic on MSG at 8.